John, the other thing we want to ask people. Last night, the Packers won again. Did it make you feel better or worse about the Lions?
Why? Because Washington struggled like the Lions did. They couldn't run the ball like the Lions couldn't, and they were actually trying to block.
Yeah, they actually got hat on a hat, still couldn't do it.
Yeah. The result last night has nothing to do with how I feel about this team right now. It didn't impact me, making me feel, oh, well, okay, well, if everyone else is going to struggle against Green Bay, well, we're in the same boat. Well, no, we don't want to be in that boat.
Right. I've seen people say it made me feel better because, well, we might not be that bad. Well, here's the problem. The goal isn't to not be that bad. The goal is to be good. Yeah. And now Green Bay is standing in the way. Like, they're a very real problem. So I feel worse after last night because that team looked really good in weeks 1 and 2. Convincing double-digit wins against teams that made the playoffs a year ago. Their defense looks formidable. You can't run on them, and they get to the quarterback. They sacked Jaden Daniels 4 times. Micah Parsons is a problem. The Green Bay Packers are a problem. And I'm not conceding the division. The season's not over. But, guys, it's getting harder.
Yeah.
We thought, hey, 11, 12 wins could win this division. I don't know if that's true now. We may be looking at their taillights for the better part of the season now. So I feel worse. Maybe you can convince yourself we're not as bad as we looked on Sunday. I tend to agree. I think they'll put a better effort against the Bears. But they're going to be judged by beating teams like Green Bay, and Green Bay looks much improved. 248-539-9797. So you got a couple questions. Better or worse, and the Ben Johnson stuff. Let's get to Ken and Howell. Ken, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen, and go blue.
Go blue.
I just wanted to comment. Both Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson were checked out of that game, but Aaron Glenn, without a doubt, has an out because, we were using scraps in the defense. So I am not blaming Aaron Glenn for that game, but Ben Johnson, he was completely checked out. And I believe he put Jared Goff in the position of 4 turnovers. He did not call the game that we are traditionally used to. He did not have a balanced game. And I think that if he did, that game would have been completely different.
Okay.
He didn't make him throw those interceptions.
No,
but I'm not saying he made him throw the interceptions, but I think he put him in the position of throwing those possessions. If he would have had more of a balanced game in the game that we're used to Ben Johnson calling, I think it would have been a different turnout.
See, I think they called the game they called all year. They'll throw it on 3rd and 1 because they know they're going to run it on 4th and 1. They'll run a trick play, have the receiver throw the ball because it's what they did all year. He ran his offense, and Jared Goff had 4 turnovers.
Well, they didn't run the ball as much as they did. You look at, 50-plus passes. That's not a recipe to win games for this offense.
Ticket texters, the pot shots, and that he's coaching the Bears. That's why I hate him. Text ends with the playoff losses on Goff. Ben Johnson, simply put, he's the enemy in the division. He's in our way. He must be destroyed. Jerry in Indiana. 3rd down, run the ball, all caps.
Yeah.
Get where people's heads at. I feel worse about last night's Green Bay game. They look like a juggernaut, and I'm really worried about the NFC now. Let's get to Ryan in Detroit. Ryan, what did you think?
Yeah, right off of that ticket text. He stole my thunder and my word. I'm going to tell you right now, man, this is bad. I'm going to tell you, can you imagine Micah Parsons? You see the pressure that this guy is getting and what he's causing havoc. Can you imagine him on our line, taking that pressure off of Hutchinson, who's out there suffering from double and triple teams? We dropped the ball on that, man. Point this flat out. Green Bay looks like a damn juggernaut. We got to see them again. Imagine trying to go up against them in the playoffs the way we look. Now, I know it's still early, but the outlook's not so good, man. I'm depressed this morning with the outlook of the NFC, like the ticket texter said. Now, Ben Johnson, I really want to tell you, man, the story is on him, but not on him. If our worries right now is the Green Bay Packers and us not getting that damn Micah Parsons deal. This Sunday already is early. It might turn into an absolutely must-win for us because if we go 0-2 in our damn division at home, get spanked or whatever, lose to the Bears, it's going to be detrimental to the Lions, man, and we're going downhill at a wrong time, man. Wrong time.
It'll be sky is falling. If they lose this week, it's sky is falling.
It's at a rapid pace.
It absolutely is.
Hey, Jim, I totally agree with you about the Packers, and I'm a little more concerned. It has nothing to do with the Lions. It's the Packers. It's that defense. They've limited 2 allegedly good offenses. 31 points, Washington and Lions combined the last 2 weeks, but 15 of those were garbage time points, the last 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They have the look of a top 5 defense, maybe a top defense. I'm not ready to go ahead of Philly yet.
Well, it's amazing what happens.
The Rams might be way up there too, by the way.
Denver.
Denver's going to be there too. When you invest in your edge and you have bookends, it's amazing how it can transform a defense.
Yeah, and you know what? There's not film on them yet that much. There will be, and teams will make adjustments. Last night they blitzed like crazy, and Daniels was awful against the blitz.
Yep.
So,
they had him discombobulated.
Is he a mobile quarterback that couldn't handle pressure?
Right. No, but I didn't think Green Bay had a top 5 defense going into the season, and I definitely think they do now. So that has to be a concern to people.
1 week ago, how did we feel about things? The Lions hadn't kicked things off. We all picked them to win. We thought the Lions would go to Green Bay and win and be in the pole position in this division. Well, 1 week later, Green Bay's not 1-0. They're 2-0. They've put 2 good performances out there.
Right. They're 2-0, and no one else has had a chance to play a game yet except them in Washington.
Right, but the people that feel better, I don't understand that. To feel better because, the Lions lost and it's not that big a deal. It is a big deal because Green Bay is very good. I feel worse. I'm not going to tell you how to feel, but you can let us know. 248-539-9797. Let's get to Thomas, who's next up. Thomas in Milford, you're on 97.1.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted, the whole Ben Johnson narrative of whether or not he was responsible for last year's loss, kind of irrelevant in my opinion. Let's say we beat the Commanders, we go on to the Eagles. With the defense we had on the field, we would have gotten buried. Would not have been a competitive game whatsoever. So the whole Ben Johnson, whether he was responsible for it or not, really doesn't matter in my opinion. But Jordan Love, he is looking so much more improved from last year and the year prior. He's looking calmer. He's looking like where he knows where to go with the ball. And then obviously the whole Micah Parsons thing. They're a threat. And last night confirmed all the nightmares that I had and of them getting Micah Parsons and then turning into the powerhouse of the NFC. And they're a threat and something that Lions fans should be concerned about.
There's no doubt about it. Joe and Grosse Seal, better or worse? You're on 97.1.
There's no question I feel way worse after the Lions' 23 playoff run. 15 wins last year. A healthy Hutch coming back this year. The Lions were supposed to be the team to beat in the NFC. It's not even close. Green Bay is the team to beat, and then they pick up Micah Parsons. It's like they stole your girlfriend, and they're marching around town just being the big badass. And, they're better than us right now. And that hurts. It was supposed to be us, and it's them right now.
I feel it. I feel what you're feeling. Yeah. And I think what hurts, too, is, we don't even pursue her. Right?
Well,
that's the thing is, we didn't want him. We can't get him. Why do we hate Aiden Hutchinson? We're fine. We don't need him. We're good. Why would you even ask about him?
I'm not so concerned that they didn't get Micah Parsons. Would it have been great? Sure. You couldn't ask a Detroit Lions fan, would you want Micah Parsons, and expect them to say no.
Right. Well,
everyone's going to say yes. But the fact is they did nothing. Nothing. Opposite. They're at that position. You could say they're better in a lot of other positions than they were last year. At that position, they're not.
It's the salt in the wound. You don't make the move, and the team that does is the biggest threat in your division. And now you're trailing them in the division. Mm-hmm. They have the head-to-head. They've looked good in both games. Even if Detroit beats the Chicago Bears, we're staring at their taillights. Mm-hmm. Let's get back to the people. 248-539-9797. We'll keep the conversation rolling. It's 97.1.